It's a big deal to me if you don't know. Now you know I'ma change your life. Just put your hands in the air.
What's up, Kansas City? It's your kid, Joe Cornejo, back on the other side of the computer screens. Been a minute, but I'm back up in like I never left. So let's get right to it and discuss the big year that 2015 was for hip-hop. This year in hip-hop, 2015, the artists were allowed to be themselves. A lot of great music came out this year, and it was music that the artists wanted to do. It wasn't music that the labels made them do, or that they had to chase the radio singles or anything like that. They weren't chasing for anything except putting out the music that they wanted to put out, and that was crucial for the year 2015. This year we saw a lot of artists like Tyler, the Creator, A$AP Rocky, even Kid Cudi, if you want to call it that. I don't know, his album's a little weird, but you know, artists like that were able to experiment with different sounds and try to do something that they've never done before to grow as an artist. And they weren't being held back by the labels or the radio this year. And that's something we haven't seen in a long time. Prior to that, we've been chasing radio singles and demographics, mainstream audiences. There's been a lot of obstacles for artists this year. Or not this year, but in the years prior to this one, trying to get to where they are now. But I feel like I had a thought last night that it wouldn't be possible to be able to do what we did in 2015 if it wasn't for the 2010 underground scene. Now, the underground scene in 2010 consisted of artists like Big Sean, Future, J. Cole, Big Crit, Kendrick Lamar, Freddie Gibbs. These were artists that started to turn around the hip-hop culture. You know, it was kind of like 2010 was like the start of the new decade, and it was the first year where people were starting to realize, you know, maybe hip-hop's starting to go back to its roots. Because before that, we kind of, you know, got overdosed in the Laffy Taffies and the white tees and kind of lost who we were as a culture. And 2010 was like the first year we kind of like started to shift our focus back in the right direction. And it started with the underground scene in 2010. The underground scene in 2010 was letting people know that we're not chasing radio, we're not chasing the demographics, the mainstream audience. We're just trying to put out music that we want to put out, and we're going to build our fan base through that. And that foundation is what helped 2015. Is helped what build 2015 to what it is. Artists that were chasing not the mainstream audience, but their own demographic, putting out the music that they know that their audience will buy and that they'll love. And that was really the big point to get across in 2015. It wasn't about the radio, it was about the artists. And we've seen that with a lot of albums that came out this year that had no music singles, like Kendrick Lamar's, A$AP Rocky's, Chance the Rapper's, Logic's, who sold 130,000 copies his first week. And the reason he was able to do that is because the foundation that J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and all those guys laid back in 2010 by not chasing the radio. They were just building their demographic through their music and expanding through their music and not the radio. And that's something that we saw 2015 building off of. This is why like guys like Logic and G-Eazy were able to do 100,000 copies the first week, because they have such a loyal following that they built over the years. And that was all started in 2010. And it kind of started, you know, Kanye West put out My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which was also an album that didn't chase the radio. And it kind of started like, you know, putting more emphasis on the music again and not the singles, and the project as a whole. And I feel like that's where 2015 started to pick it up and picked up where it left off. And this year it resulted in possibly the biggest year in hip-hop, if not one of the biggest. So that's just my thoughts on the situation. Do you agree? Am I on something? Am I right? Am I an idiot? Let me know. What's up, Kansas City? I'm Joe Cornejo speaking. Before I go, though, go Chiefs.